everyone, Akar's here. Today we'll continue working on my small side project called Zaris, and we'll try to bring it as close to playable as possible. If it's your first time seeing this game, consider watching other videos about it. They're cool, I promise. So, let's get started. Since we are trying to finish this game, we should finally replace this tiny test level with a real one, right? I decided to make our main level into a large island with 3 main areas: forest, plains, and mountains. In the future, I'll try to make them really differ from each other, cause they all look kinda the same right now, but it's good enough for now. I also brought my day-night cycle setup to this level, and surprisingly, everything runs smoothly, despite the amount of trees and rocks in the scene. This is rather impressive, guess those LOD settings really make a big difference. I also created a simple water shader to add an ocean. It's just scrolling in 2 normal maps across each other, like in this video by Stylus Station, and blending some colors to add foam. Then I got to enemy placement. Placing enemies manually would be rather stupid and repetitive, so I created a system that does it for me. It destroys all enemies and creates new ones every time a new day starts. But how to hide it respawning the enemies? Correct! Just don't let the player run around during the night. That's the answer. Respawning should happen when the player is in the camp, which is in the very center of the map, and enemies don't spawn around it. To make the player stay at the camp during the night, I added these evil spirits, which spawn every 5 seconds when it's nighttime. For optimization reasons, I limited the amount to 5, cause it's more than enough to successfully kill the main character. But it doesn't mean we can't have some fun while testing. Now this looks like if Nocturnal Wisp had a personal army. Also, these evil spirits just despawn when you approach the camp, so yeah, you can be killed there. All of that is very cool, but the game still has one big issue. It's really hard to find enemies even when you're close to them. To solve this problem, I decided to add a mechanic I like to call Hunter Instinct. Basically, it scans the area and marks all enemies around you for a short period of time. I also added this rather cool post-processing effect, which I combined with an animated sphere with a simple depth fade shader, and got this really cool scanning effect. This mechanic will be very useful for us, as we can also use it to display some other markers to simplify players' navigation around the world, without filling the screen with some annoying waypoints. So, I talk a lot about the camp, but what is it? It's basically a safe zone where we have this cool monument. It's kinda like a hub menu where you can end current day. Eventually we will add a saving system which will be also bound to this button. We can also sell our items or buy some of them for reputation. The idea here is that you go out of the camp to hunt robots, then you loot them and get these cool resources. Tonight you return to the camp and sell them for reputation, and then you use your reputation to buy some cool items and upgrades. Later we will add procedurally generated missions, which will also give reputation and a clear objective to the player. Speaking about upgrades, let's add some. If you think about it, the player in this game has only 3 areas where we can upgrade. They are health, stamina and inventory systems. There is also ammunition, but we'll get to it another time. So, basically, I did 4 different upgrades. Health upgrade, stamina upgrade and stack size upgrade can be bought in the camp. Additional inventory slot, on the other hand, will be only found in ruins, so I can easily control the maximum amount of inventory slots the player can have, cause too many inventory slots can look very weird and are very hard to use. Besides, it's a rather OP upgrade, so I can't just give it to the player to play around with. Nevertheless, I will allow the player to buy an unlimited amount of other upgrades, so there is infinite amount of progression. We'll just need to make the enemies strong over time, but this has to be carefully thought through. Alright, as you can see I'm trying to upload videos every week, so I just have to cut this episode into 2 parts to be able to produce them this quickly and actually work on the game itself. Anyway, I hope you like these consistent uploads as much as I do. The next video will be out next week, so subscribe not to miss it. See you next time then, bye!